To my channel. So on this tutorial I'm going to be showing you how I actually created this pizza effect in Figma. I shared this on my LinkedIn profile and a lot of people actually requested for the tutorial, and here I am with a step-by-step guide on how this was actually created on Figma. Be sure to follow the video step by step, don't skip anyone, because it's just a little bit dicey. There is some tricks here and there that I applied, so you won't get to miss it, and at the end of the day you come up with a typical replica of what I'm going to teach you today. Please subscribe to my channel or follow me on Twitter or X, or also follow me on LinkedIn. My name is Kingsley and I will be teaching you all you need to know about Figma prototype. If you're looking to also improve your design skills and also improve your functional design skills to in Figma, this is the right channel for you. I'm going to be taking you on anything that have to do with prototyping. Now let's jump in and continue the tutorial. Here, this is the previous design that I made, and here you can see some images of pizzas. I'm going to show you guys how I actually downloaded this. Selecting images while designing is just kind of something I take my time on, but for the sole purpose of these tutorials, I'm just going to show you how I actually got these images and how I cropped it to fit in properly into this. So here are all the screens that that is controlling that prototype that you just saw now, and I'm going to show you how this was designed. Now the first thing you're going to do is to create color variables for this design, because I already have existing color variable to do that I used. But what I'm going to do is to come here, and this is just to show you the colors that I've been using. Come to this place and I'm going to click on create new collection. Just create collection. Now we rename it to pizza color. Just say pizza colors, then hit enter. Once you're done, then click on create variable color, and we're going to set this to white. Hit enter once you're done. Select color again, and we're going to set this to black. Now the next thing you're going to do is to click on the create variable color. You're just going to choose green. That should be our primary color. Use this color picker and just pick this green. Now click on create variable. We're going to need yellow, so this is yellow. Now the next one we're going to create now is red. We're going to need red. Then another color we'll need is gray, just light gray. We're just going to call this gray 100. So just kind of bring this a bit, and that's it. So any other colors that we'll be needing on this design, we're going to be adding it. I'm going to show you another way you can actually add colors to your color variables when you've already created them. Now I'm just going to close this once I'm done. Then select a frame, head to this place and click 14 and 15 Pro Max, because that was what I actually used previously on this design. So I'm just going to set this, and I'm just going to be placing it on top of the previous design, because we're replicating it. Now I'm just going to set this to 20, then change this to splash. What I'm going to do now is to just click these 4 dots, and now we're just going to say local variables. So you're going to see all the colors that you have. This is neutral, the first one that we actually created. So I'm just going to just select local variables. Then the next thing I'm going to do is to pick the color that we created on the other one. So look at it, pizza colors. That's it. So I'm just going to select the green, and now I'm just going to go back to, there's this image that I actually got from Google. I didn't create this image. It's a logo of a company that actually is a fast food company, so I just downloaded it from Google. Barcelos, the name is Barcelos. There's this effect that happens, so I'm just going to minimize myself. Let me show you guys the effects. Just preview this. So you start from here, you see this effect. When I start here, I'm just going to click this. You see this, I'm going to show you how that was done. So duplicate these 2 frames. We're just going to duplicate this 2 frame, pick this color, pick this image, sorry, pick this and paste it here. So once you paste it here, now pick this, make sure the image, this is image 5, make sure it's the same layer name. Copy this, come here and paste it. So now you paste it, it's still image 5. What we're going to do now is to increase it here. So we're going to increase it here, then press V once you're done. If you want to scale up, you just press K and scale up. If you want to scale go back to your pick tool, you press V. Now on this, we're going to set this to 0. So sorry, we're going to set the pass through to 0 instead. Set the pass through to 0, not this color. So once you've done that, go to prototype, select this frame and link it to this one. Now you're going to see, after delay of 800 milliseconds, not instant smart animate, not ease out, we're going to say gentle, and we're going to set this to 1000. That's the speed. So look at what is going to happen now if we select this. You see it. So that's the speed at which we want it to actually do this. So when the trick about Figma prototyping is, when you want something to behave a certain way and you're using smart animation, what you need to do is set whatever is going to be the end of that effect and set the beginning. So now this is the beginning. What I want people to see, I want you guys to see an empty panel, that actually an empty screen that displays, then this logo comes in. Is an effect. So you should also be mindful of the time interval you are setting between these 2 screens so that they actually behave as one. Now I'm just going to redo that again. So if I select this, you see it. So there's a little bit delay on this screen. So what I'm going to do is to go back to prototyping, then select this. I'm going to set this to 100. So this is the time it delays before getting to the second screen, if that makes sense. So just set this here, and I'm going to say 100. So now it's not going to waste time again. So you see it happens almost instantly. So when I click it and click this, it happens almost instantly. So now that is what we're trying to achieve. That's number 1. So secondly, we're just going to create this. So it's just pretty much very easy. So how I actually did this was, I'm going to duplicate this, get this off, go to prototype, set this. Is okay, it's not linked, so I'm just going to close this because we're done with it. Now I'm just going to set this green to white. So once I have the white, select this status bar and place it here. Now we're going to recreate this. This icon was gotten from Iconify. So here is what I did. Just go to Iconify and search for delivery. And once you have delivery, you just look at it here. You can actually pick it up. Now I'm going to also show you this drop down is basically gotten from, I'm just going to copy this one, just duplicate it and pick it out. So what I did was to pick this out. I'm going to pick this one out. Then I'm going to get a gifts icon. So I would use this. This is not the one I used. The one I used actually crushed. Yeah, I'll use this one. So once this one is out, sorry about that, I'm going to now pick go to Iconify, right click and go to Iconify, then pick the arrow down. So just set this here. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to type the deliveries, just 61 Hooper Street. So we are going to truncate this address here, then show you a drop down here. The reason is because if you have multiple address tied to this, we're going to scale this down to 18. Yeah, if you have multiple address, the thought process around this is if you have multiple address, you can actually click here and switch to the second address. Now select this and add auto layout, Shift A. Then I'm going to increase this and make sure that it's here, centered. Now select this one and add auto layout. So here we have auto layout 16 and here we have auto layout. This one is pretty much very close. So what we're going to do for this two is to set this to automatic. So once it's automatic, I'm just going to increase it a bit. Now that we have this like this, now the next thing I'm going to do, because I just want these guys to stay in one side, I'm going to select the whole of it and just add auto layout. Now that I've added auto layout, it automatically gives you sets the element on this frame to auto. Now I'm just going to open this up and set this to be 20, or you can use 16, whichever one that you feel comfortable with. Now increase this to 430, then set the background color. The background color is just going to be, we're using local variables, so this is the pizza colors that we use. Color, this is white. Now I'm just going to set this to 65. So that was how this was created. Now I'm going to move it here. Once this is here, I'm just going to select these two and add auto layout. To add auto layout, just press Shift A, and that does the job. So once you're done, select the Shift A, give it a fill. I'm just going to pick any white here, to be honest. So now stroke, then set the stroke to bottom and set this to where's our pizza colors. I'm going to set this to gray 100. So you see this line here is not appearing, so I'm just going to click on clip content. So once I click content, you start seeing it. Now to adjust this, because it's just kind of faint, to adjust it, what I'm going to do is to go to my local variables and find this. Now bring this out, click on this and adjust it a bit. So you see now the colors, the line is actually coming out. Then once we have it at EE, we just leave it like this. I don't think that's actually, that will bring me to talking about how your design would turn to come out clean. These are some of the things that you need to actually have in mind, because the way you play around with the gray colors actually determines how your design turns out to be, because most times if you overuse this thing, probably if your gray colors are just too thick, it might actually make your designs look so awkward. You should be so mindful of how you use gray colors. So I'm going to now continue. I'm just going to get rid of this to show you how this was actually created. This is just the menu. I'm going to pick up the menu, and this is an image. This is an image. So what I did here was just, I'm going to duplicate this. What I actually did here was to get an image. Now this is a component I'm going to detach instance, so it becomes a normal frame. So what I actually did here was just to go to the Eclipse, drop it here, and just scale it down to what's the size here, 40. So I'm just going to set this to 40, or you can just link this and just set 40, whichever one that works for you, that's fine. So here I'm just going to type pizza or pizza. So once we have pizza, I'm going to select these two and add auto layout. So once I've set this as auto layout, now you have to add a fill to it and say white. Now set this to 50, that's full corner radius. Then we're going to give a padding of, we're going to use 8 and 8. So 8 and 8. Let's see what I used here. I actually used 5 and 20. So 5 and 20. Here is 20 and here is 5. So the top is 5 5. So I'm just going to set it to, here is going to be 5, and here to do this, I'm going to do this. I'm going to set this to 5, and then I'm going to set this to 20. Now we have exactly what we have here. So to get the distance, here is 15, here is what, 14. So I'm just going to set this to 15. And that's pretty much how this was actually created. The next thing we're going to do is just to copy this image. Copy this. This is an image. You can just go to Pinterest and get the image that you can fit in here. Just copy it and paste it. I'm just going to do that quickly so you just see how that was created. So set this to be pizza. So you get, now you have to be very intentional when you're actually using this. So I'm just going to say have pizza. Now what you have to look for is something that looks like this, just pretty much very close to this. So if you get it, you just copy this, come to the design and paste it. So you see this is closer to this. So what I'm going to do now is to make this a component, and we're going to have the selected state to be, we're going to say this is selected and this is unselected. Now we're going to change this property 1 to menu tabs. So this is what it is, and set this to menu. And here we have this unselected and selected. So this is what our selected is going to look like. I'm going to set this to this green. I'm going to set it to this green. So if you select this, this is what it will look like. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to hold my option button and bring this out. Sorry, hold my option button and bring this out. Just select the one you want to bring out, or you can just go to your assets and you see all the components that you have there. So to do this, I'm just going to duplicate this because this is a component, duplicate and duplicate. So once you have that, you just select everything and add auto layout. Set this to 430 because that's the width. Now you're going to clip content. Once you clip content, you can actually set this. Just give it a space of I'm going to use 10, and we're going to also use 15 here. So here is 15. I'm going to set this to white. So once I have that, you push it in here. Now this does not have a stroke, so what we're going to do is to come here and add a stroke. We're going to add a stroke to it. Remember, we added 100, so we're going to add 100. So once I add 100, it's gonna have this. So you can now come here and rename it. Make sure before you rename it, this is on hog, this is set to hog, the width is set to hog, so it can actually accommodate any other text inside. So we have, you can see we have pizza and we have burger. So here I'm going to say burger. So you see, that's how it actually works. As you're typing, is actually shifting the other ones because you are on auto layout. So I'm just going to go ahead and dismiss this guy, then bring this young man. Then I'm going to paste it inside this one because it's on auto layout. This is auto layout. Now this is very dicey because we had added stroke below, so I'm just going to bring it out, let it stay on its own, then set this guy. So set these two guys to auto layout. So now this will now flow. Or you could as well just set the whole screen as auto layout, but I don't want to do that. So once I have this here, I'm also going to show you how this was actually created. It's pretty much very simple. So this is what I actually did. I'm just going to duplicate this guy, then bring it inside here. Yeah, that's it. So I'm going to show you how this was created. So this is what I actually did. Set this, I'm just going to set this guy just one side. Yeah, so set this guy here, this 430. It's not supposed to be 430. You're just going to use 375. Yeah, 375 is pretty much cool. Then the next thing you're going to do is to add eclipse. Bring eclipse. I'm going to press K and resize it. So once you have this, you're going to keep it one side. Select here, click on this place and set this to 10. Also set this to 10. Now once you have that done, you see this place is curved, there's corner radius here, there's corner radius of 10 here. The next thing to do is to add our text. We're going to say Chicken Republic. Lekki. If you're leaving Lekki, hands on the A. Okay. Yeah, the next thing I'm going to do is to duplicate this. Press Ctrl D. Oh, sorry, Command D. And if you're using Windows, press Ctrl D. If you're using Mac, press Command D. So here I'm going to say 12 minutes delivery. And once I set that, I'm going to make this small. This is just the laws of visual hierarchy. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to reduce this to medium and set this to something that looks like this, gray 200, a darker portion of gray. So add these two together as auto layout, or we are going to ungroup it because this guy is on its own, right? So we're going to add star. So this is how I actually added those stars. Go to feather icon and just type stars. And you see one here, just bring it out. So here I'm going to set this to yellow. Then we're going to set a fill and give it yellow. Then duplicate. So we'll have 5. Select all of them and add auto layouts. Now we're going to close it up to 5. Or just give it 8. Much better. So we have it here, and I'm going to give you the number of ratings. So I'm going to say 5.0, right? So once you have 5.0, I'm going to also tell you the number of people that actually give this guy 5.0. So the number of people that gave 5.0 is 678 people give 5.0. So what I'm going to now do is to select this and add auto layout. Now look at this, is bigger than this. If your eye is paining you, please grab sunglasses. But this is actually bigger than this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to reduce this a bit so you can actually see it. So get these guys, you can actually select it. What would have done is to make this a component, then reuse it. So now I'm just going to select the stars. I'm holding down my command button to select, and I'm not holding my shift and command, just command to select the layer's name. So here I'm going to click this, then set this to 20. Right, so once we have this here, remember we have this, so I'm just going to bring this out and set it here. Also get this to be 20 here. So once you have this, okay, cool. Once you have this, make sure it's on the center. And the next thing we're actually going to do now is to make this, add an auto layout on this because it's staying on its own. Now I'm going to select the whole of this and add auto layout. Right, so reduce this to 15. No, 15 is actually too big, so get this to 10. Then this should be set to probably 6. Right, so once I have this, I'm now going to select everything and add auto layout. Make sure this guy is on fill. Also this guy is also on fill. Then this is fill, this is fill. This guy, set it to this place. Once you have this, set this, and we're going to add white. So at the end of the day, you have something that looks like this. Now select this and just give a pattern first. I'm just going to give 15. Then here we're going to give only 15 or 20 at the bottom. 20 makes sense. So here I'm just going to clip content and add 10. So at the end of the day, we'll have a card that looks like this. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to bring this young man in. So bring this guy in, and it cannot stay. So the next thing you're going to do is to click here and make it absolute. So click here and make it absolute. Now there's a very dicey thing and a very huge mistakes that other designers do. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to set this to, I'm going to give it a position to reposition it. Now make sure that this is staying on the right. Before I do that, I'm just going to press Ctrl Z to show you the impact of what I'm trying to teach you now. So make this an absolute. If this is just placed like this, and when you drag this, it's going to just look like this way. Now look at this. So what I'm going to do now is to make sure that this is staying on the left. Then I'm going to gradually push it out. Then now I'm going to set this to be on this position. Make sure that this and this is aligned. So I'm just going to remove the padding on here. So we're going to actually increase the spacing here to have this accommodate this guy. Remember, this is clipped and this is 10. So we're going to select this and go to our plugin, bring out Unsplash, and we're just going to use food. Who else likes food? So I'm just going to set this to this. When you click it, then this could be this, anything you choose. So that was how I actually created this. This is actually different from what I actually did, because here I shifted this more and aligned it here, but this follow this principle. this is much better than this one. So here I'm going to make this fill, and here fill container. So at the end of the day, if you shift this, remember what I told you, this is going to move because we didn't give it a position to stay. And if you do it this way, you remember this is staying because we actually told it to, we actually aligned it to stay on the left. So we're going to position this. So what I'm to position it, what I'm going to do now is to bring it down. Now gradually bring it up. Sorry, select this and bring it up. So just move this up. So once you have this here, now if I push this, sorry, this did not move, so I'm just going to position it properly. So once I've given that position, I'm just going to bring it here, and when I actually, so to set this properly, I'm just going to just make it stay here, then bring it down. Yeah, let it stay here. So at the end of the day, even if we want to close this up, it's going to maintain the position where it is, right? So now if you push this, it's also maintaining the position. That was how I actually created this, if this thing you're seeing here. So once I've done that, I'm now going to increase this, just duplicate it and duplicate, then duplicate. So once I have the duplicates, just select everything and add auto layout. Then once you do that, 430, which is the width, then clip content. Now it's going to hide the rest, but it's just a bit dicey. So what I'm going to do now is to select everything inside, press Ctrl Z to go back. Now when you are trying to show that something can slide both left and right, make sure to leave out something like this. Make the next one cut off like this. It's just showing the user that you can actually slide left or right. Now this is what we're going to do. I'm just going to reduce this, and on our 430 is actually now showing. Now we're going to set this to 20, just 10, not 20. Set this to 10. So once you have it, we're going to clip content. So you see it is now showing. Now I'm going to set this to white. So once you have that, you can actually bring it inside here, and at the end of the day you have something that looks like this. To set it properly, I'm just going to do 20, right? So you can actually reduce this width to show this. So that is how this was created. Then the next one is this. So it's pretty much very easy. I'm just going to copy this, paste it here, just similar to what we did here. Write a text here and write a text there and just group it. Then this one, I'm going to copy it and paste it here. So here you see I'm also going to copy my footer menu and paste it here. So if you don't know how I actually created this footer menu, you have to watch my previous videos. You are going to learn how to create footer menus. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to show you how this was created. It's pretty much similar to what we actually did before. So make sure this is actually set to this, then you can just add 10. Then once you have 10, I'm going to just give it a name, Mighty Meaty. Then set the price. The price is going to use dollars, 9.00. So select this, come to this place and just make it 12. So that is how you're actually going to achieve this. So select these two and add auto layout. Now get an icon for this, go to feather icon, click plus, get it out and put it here. Then now just select the and add auto layout. Now select everything and add auto layout. So once you've done that, I'm just going to come to the bottom and just give 15. Then come here and just give 10. So at the end of the day, you're going to have this, because this is not automatic. You should have to set this to auto. So what we're going to have now is something that looks like this, and I'm going to increase this. This is going to be set to few, and you will now have white. So once you have white, you're going to set this to 10 and clip content. Then you can just have this set to 0, 0. So you have this similar to what we actually created. Just duplicate this, and when this is true, just set the two of them and add auto layout. Select the two of them and add auto layout. Now what I'm going to do now is to select the two and just add fill, so that if I'm dragging this to get to 430, is actually increasing. Now set this to 430. So it's now 430. Remember, we'll have to give a padding here, and we're also going to give padding here. So the padding is going to be 16. So once we have 16, we will now have this. So select this and add an image, select this and add an image. That's how I actually created this pizza stuff. So on to the next one, promotions. Just going to copy it and paste here. So we'll leave it at this. Now this is the time to actually recreate this. It's similar to this. It's the same thing, not similar, it's just the same thing, just change the price. Make sure that whatever you're adding here, if you want to get this to be just the pizza, just the way I've done it, the reason why I actually cropped it out is because of this effect. So what you're going to do is to go to Pinterest and search for pizza. So once you have pizza, you have to be very intentional with the kind of pizza you are going to pick, right? So you are going to spend too much time. Like something that looks like this, you just have to open it. Make sure it's just facing you and it's round. Now once you open this, Pinterest will show you similar images that relates to this. So now this is 1 and this is 2. You can actually pick this one out and just wait for it to load. Just copy image, come to the design and paste it. So that is it. Once you paste it, right click, go to plugin, find icon 8 background remover. So I'm just going to look at it here, remove background. So it will now crop off this white area. So wait till it does that. So now it's off. We have only our pizza. So what you're going to do now is to set this guy out. So if you have something just similar to what we have here, just place it inside. I'm just going to pick this guy out. So you see, it is what we did previously. I'm just going to bring this guy out. That's the same thing. So what you're going to do now is to scale this down. You're going to scale this down. Be careful of fractions. So once you scale down, you're going to remove any fraction. I don't like this more points. So place it here, and because this is an auto layout, what I'm going to do is to select this and round it up 147. Then unclip this to set this to 147. So that is our card. Be mindful of how you do this. If you're not careful, you're not going to miss this step. Remember what I did. So this is what I actually did. It's still the same thing, pretty much the same thing. So do this now, set this to 10, and we're going to copy this. There's no point recreating it. Then I'm going to select this and add auto layouts. Make sure this is on fill and set the whole of this to white. Now once you have this, make sure this is clipped, then set the corner radius to 10. And once you have this, what I'm going to do now is to come here, just select this, copy, and go back to this and paste it. Now if you paste it, it's going to look like this. So what you're going to do to navigate this issue is to bring this out. Bring this out. I'm just going to go back. So what you're going to do to navigate this issue is to make this auto layout. So once you have auto layouts here, set this background to white. Set it to white. Now this is a frame with auto layout. What you're going to do, once you've cropped it out, this was our cropped image. If I move this thing and put it here, it will show like this. There's something here. So what I'm going to do is to make it absolute, then bring this up and place it better. Then you have this. Make sure you have this inside this frame. And that is how this was actually created. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete this, and also delete this. Please don't copy and paste. If you copy and paste, you're going to crop off some of the pizza places. So I'm going to redo it again. So this is the easiest and simplest way to do it. Copy this and just draw a frame. This frame, you're going to add auto layout. There's auto layout on it, Shift A. There's auto layout on it. Now this is what I'm going to do. Make this 10, corner radius. Then we're going to bring up this 3 piece. We're just going to type it 3 PC. I said OC, sorry, PC of drumstick. So once you have that, set this to 16. Yeah, pretty much good. Then once you have that, set the price, duplicate, and set the price. We're going to use dollars. 30.99. So once we have 30.99, I have this icon. So go to feather icon and bring it out. I'm just going to hit plus. That's it there. Bring it out. Now select these two and add auto layout. Now select this and add auto layout. Now what I'm going to do now is to select everything here and add auto layout. Make sure this is on fill and this is also on fill. Then set 10. Then I can as well just say 10 too. Just say 10. Now close the gap between this and this. I'm just going to set this to 0. So set this and add white. So this should be 10 and clipped. Here you can actually increase this and also increase this. Then you can set this to fill if you wish. Then make sure the padding here is enough. You can set this to 20 since it's on fill. Then because this is auto layout, we have our pizza that we cropped. Just going to pick one. Our pizza that we cropped, then move it into this frame. Once it's here, make sure this is centered. And that is how that was achieved. So if you want to reduce it, and that's it, you're done. So I'm going to pick this pizza. I'm going to pick this pizza because I actually duplicated it. I'm just going to show you. duplicated it. So now I'm just going to set this, duplicate this one, select this and get rid of it, select this and get rid of it, get rid of this, get rid of this. Now get rid of this because this is pizza. You clicked pizza and you're saying pizza. So we're going to select this and get rid of it. So what we're going to have here is to go to feather icon, get this icon out, set it here, and because we're on pizza, I'm just going to say pizza. So set this to 18, then get it here. So this is now going to be selected. Oh, sorry guys, I'm using the old one. I thought I was using the new one. So copy this and paste here. Now I'm going to select this because it should be selected. Set it like this. Once I have it this way, the next thing I'm going to do is to copy this guy. So the way I did that was to duplicate this. I'm going to duplicate. Then select everything and add auto layout. So once I add auto layout, make sure it's on wrap. Then we'll have to do this. And that's it. So once you have it, you move it inside here and adjust. So we're just going to pick this and paste here. So once we have it, once we have this here, this is pizza, and we're going to do the screen. So I'm just going to duplicate this one. So I'm going to show you the cart, and so because this, when we click on pizza, there's this effect that actually goes up. So what we're going to do is to select this one and increase this. Then we also increase this. So here I'm going to set this pass through to 0. Hide it here. So that is when you're going to achieve this effect. So when we click here, when we click on this, go to prototype. When we click here, this was already linked on the previous prototype. So instant, when you click here, it should be instant now. So I'm going to say move in, let it move in from the right. Then not slow, I'm just going to say linear, set the linear to 250. That's the speed. I want to increase the speed. Then now after delay of this screen, so what you're going to do, all this stuff I'm going to remove it. None. Set this to none. So is there any other one? Set this to none. Set this to none. You shouldn't do this when you're doing yours, because this is already because I copied it from here. That's why I'm actually trying to remove it. So all of this just set to none. So we linked this one, and we're going to say after delay, not move in again, we're going to say smart animate. So now gentle. So the gentle is going to be like, say, 1000. Right. So this is what we want to achieve. So I'm going to preview this. Right. So now what happens after delay? Select this screen and say after delay of 800, show me this one. So it opens up. Then when we click here, you see it comes in. That's what we actually prototyped. So now there is a bit delay. We're going to set this to 1 milliseconds. I don't want it to waste time. So now select this, and when we click on this, you see it. I don't want it to waste time, so just 1 millisecond and it comes in. Now that was how that was created. The next page is this. The next page is this was actually an image that I got from a wooden image I got from Pinterest, and I had to circle it. So you just go here and just say wooden image. So something like this, or this, or this, or this, whichever one you want. So I'm just going to pick this, copy this, come here, come to this place, and just paste it. Sorry, paste it. Why is it not pasting? So select the rectangle. We didn't copy it very well. So come here, copy image, come to this place and paste it. Right. So once we have it, make sure this is 300 squared, then 300. That was how this was achieved. Then this circle behind it. So I'm just going to create another ellipse, drop it, and set this to 350. Set it like this and send it to the back. Now set this to be white. Then we're going to just select two of them and frame it. So once you have this like this, the next thing we're going to do is to duplicate this screen. Get this guy out now. So this is also going to be out. Then there's this cream park pizza, because when it rolls, it actually turns, but we're not going to do that now. So I'm just going to copy this, and bring here. So you can actually copy this and bring here. Get rid of this one out. This is the same icon. I think I got this icon from Iconify. Yeah, Iconify. Then move this guy here, not on auto layout, move it here, select this one, the ellipse, then add an effect. I'm going to use 7, then 20. So this is what I will have at the end of the day, and this is it. So we add this, copy and paste. Now we are getting to the interesting part, which is the rolling part. So we're going to set this. I'm going to set this to 320. So make sure it's on the center. So remember this. So I'm just going to add a little stroke to this. Yeah, so we'll have something that looks like this. So the next thing I'm going to do is to duplicate it. Now this is the interesting part. We're getting to the interesting part. I've already shown you guys how I copied how I got the pizza. I'm going to copy this pizza and place it here. Now the pizza is going to be here. Sorry, I'm going to paste the pizza on this image. So the frame, and I'm going to place it properly. Now I'm going to increase this pizza to, remember this is 320, so I'm going to increase it to 300 and hit enter. So position it properly. That didn't work because there's this huge space behind the pizza, so we're going to manually increase it to place it properly. So set this to the middle, and there you go, we have it right there. So the next thing we're going to do is to show you this and this was actually gotten from Google. So I'm just going to pick this and this. I actually got a leaf from Google, so you go to Google image and bring your own leaf. So set this like this, and once we have this this way, we are going to do the same thing here. Pick it here and paste it here. Now you see this pizza, I'm going to copy it and paste it here, sorry, on this place. Now turn it, go to this place and turn it. Remember that this moved in, this moved in, this screen will move in, then after delay this one will come in. So move it this way, and once you have it, we're going to push it out. Shift this so it will not enter. Select and move it out. So this is the trick here. Go to prototype, select this. So when we click on this on tap, then this should be move in. Set this to 250, and after delay of 10 milliseconds, I'm going to say gentle rolling, not smart, not moving, smart animate, gentle. We're going to remove this because it's not. Now this is what I did, so I'm going to start afresh. Preview. Then when I click pizza, this comes in, and when I click here, you see it comes in and the other rolls in. That was how it was achieved. So now the next part to do is this part. So this part actually came in along with it, so I'm going to now paste it on this one, then also the same and paste it on this one. Then on this one I'm going to move it out. So as this is rolling in, this is also coming up. Now look at it. I'm going to just preview only this one. So when I click this, look at it, you see as this is rolling in, this is also moving up. That's just the trick that I want you guys to see. It's getting interesting, right? Now the next part is going to be this one. So push this guy out. Now the next one is the text. This guy will come in. So I'm going to copy this. It's pretty much the same thing, auto layout and all those stuff. That's how I actually did it, achieved this. So now I'm going to copy this and paste it here. I'm going to move it down a bit. Then copy it from here. Just going to increase it to this place. Copy this, paste it here. Now what I'm going to do now, I'm going to give this a special effect. This one, there's a way it came in. I'm going to show you how this one actually came in. So it came in from the bottom. Look at it. You see it came in from the bottom. So look at what I'm going to do on this one. I'm going to select this screen and increase it. Now remember, this is now flowing on top. It shouldn't flow. So what we need to do is to send it to the back. Select this and just say send, bring to front or set to back, send to back. So once I have it there, I'm also going to bring this guy and hide it down. So look at what is going to happen now. Go to prototype, select this screen and say after delay of 1 millisecond, smart animate, do the bring up this one, get to the screen. So that's it. So we're going to preview again, preview this, and when we click on this, you see it, So now this thing is actually going inside this. We don't want it to bounce. It's kind of have this bouncy effect. So go to prototype, select this, remove it from gentle and just say slow. Now this slow is going to be set to 600. That's fine. Then what we're going to do is select this and click. Much better. So this is what we're actually trying to achieve. Now make sure that this also is set to back. I have very keen attention to detail kind of thing, attitude. Remember, look at this very well. You see it is floating in front of this. I don't want it to be that way. So what I'm going to do is to also send this to the back. Now it will stop. So if I select this, you see it is now floating from the inside, right? That is actually what makes you stand out among other designers out there. How much do you pay attention to details? Now once we're done with this, we've crossed the first hurdle. Now it's becoming super interesting. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to bring up these screens. We're not going to bring it up. I'm just going to duplicate. So the only thing I'm going to do now is to bring these pizzas. So bring this pizza. So I'm just going to bring this and show you how I actually animated this. So duplicate them and bring it out. So bring it out. Let's check if there's anything that is linking to it. So I'm going to select all of them and remove. So we just leave it this way. Yeah, nothing is linked to it. So now it's time to do the maths. So pay very good attention. So what I'm going to do now is to duplicate this screen. Duplicate this screen and just give this gap that I gave. Very important. Give this gap. This is number one. This is number one, right? Because what we are trying to do now is to swipe. This actually came. So what we're going to do is to select this guy and move this guy in. This. I'm going to delete it. Then move this guy in. Now at this point, sorry, this is the reason why I actually have this. So now I'm going to duplicate this one. So we'll start from here. This is framed. This is framed. At this point, you're going to unframe this one, ungroup it, let it stay on its own. Then this one also ungroup it, let it stay on its own. So what we're going to do now is to have this screen move to this one automatically without anybody noticing. So after delay of 1 millisecond, not slow, not anything, we're just going to say linear. We can just set this to instant, just instant. We don't want anybody to notice, so let it be here. The reason is because this is not framed and this is framed. It's a common sense game. So now what I'm going to do is to bring this one, set this guy, send it out, then bring this one in, bring this pizza in. Then we're going to increase the bit, increase this one a bit, and that's it. So we're just going to place it properly, and that's it. So now what we're going to do is to have this here and have this here. Copy this. This is what I want to do. Copy this, select this frame and paste it inside. Now turn it this way, 360, right? Now I'm going to scale it up. So if you swipe it, it should go from here. So we'll hide this one here, then select this one, copy it, come here and paste it. Do the same thing but anti-clockwise. Then scale and hide it here. So we're just going to check this, then make sure it's correct. So what we're going to do is select this, go to this, and we say on drag, smart animate, no, just say gentle. Then this one on drag, smart animate, gentle. So this is what we're trying to achieve. So if I drag this, you see the other one is coming. This is the one we are previewing. We're going forward. So this is it. If I drag it, this one comes. Then if I drag this, this comes back. A bit dicey. Pay attention. Go forward, and there's it. Now look at this coming in, and look at this also coming in. Now look at that leaf is floating on top of the pizza. I don't want it. What I'm going to do now is to come here, look at this, bring it forward, look at this, bring it forward too. So now come here and just repeat the same thing again. So it's no longer floating on top of it. You just do it this way and do it this way. Do it this way and do it this way. So go ahead and actually replicate this. That's actually how I did the rolling stuff. So I'm going to do another one and show you how I actually did the rolling stuff before we go to adding all these stuffs. So now I'm going to duplicate this one, duplicate it. Remember, when you duplicate, there is something inside. When you unclip this, look at this pizza. Then this pizza is this one. You have to get rid of it here. Now clip back. The next thing we're going to do is to remove this pizza here and bring this guy. Then add a press scale up, press K and scale up. Make sure it's brought forward, position right. So once you have this here, we're going to do the same thing. Copy this one, copy this pizza and paste it on this one. Now we're going to scale it, then turn. If you want to turn and scale, fine. If you want to scale and turn, fine. Then move it here. Then do the same thing for this one. Copy this one and paste it here. Then here we'll scale and turn. Then push it out. So now select this one, link it to this guy and say on drag, gentle, smart animate, please, on drag, gentle, not quick, gentle, 800 smart animate. Now look at it. So if we start from here and drag, that's one, that's two, that's for this one. Then it goes away and goes to number 3 and it comes in. That is actually how I created this rolling effect in Figma. Now I'm going to show you how this actually rolls up, because if it's kind of rolls, it should actually change the name. So we're going to bring out this name, bring out this one, and bring out, so this is because it's the same name, I'm going to just delete this. So duplicate this one to be 3. So here we call this we're going to get this name, Mighty Meaty. Just copy this name and paste it here. Then the third name, Creamy Tomatoes, and paste it here. Now I'm going to select because we might be doing the fourth one, so I'm just going to cut it because I don't want this video to be unnecessarily long. I'm going to do this. I'm going to jump to this one. So we're going to give the fourth one a name. I'm going to duplicate. It's just going to be plain pizza, I think. Yeah. So select this and add plain pizza. So now select this and add auto layout. Make sure it's in the center. All of them are on fill. Select everything here and set to the middle. Now what I'm going to do is to actually give 15, right? Then set this, then give 20 as padding. I'm going to increase it. So once you have this, duplicate into 4 places. Then for this, all of them, what you're going to do is select everything and close. Clip contents. Now for this one, this is 1 and this is 2. So for this 2, I'm just going to bring it to plain pizza. Just bring it down. Then this guy, because it's just 2 that's in between, we're going to remove the 2 of them, remove auto layout from 2 of them. I'm just going to select it and individually remove auto layout. Now select this and hit enter, then push the third to this one, creamy tomatoes. Then select this one, hit enter, then push to mighty meaty. So once you have this like this, it's pretty much easier. So the next thing you're going to do is to put it here. Okay, yeah. This is the first, this is the second, and this is the third. So look at what is going to happen now. So if I come back to preview this, now when I watch what happens if I click this, now this is actually kind of changing colors. I'm going to change this. I'm going to solve this problem. So to solve this problem, what we're going to do is to go back and select this, select that, and we're going to frame all of them. We're supposed to frame, then change the name, or we just change the name because I think this is 84, then this is 83, so it's supposed to be the same name. So what we're going to do is to make sure bring this out, bring this out, bring this out. You see 3 of them have different frame name. If it's the frames are not bearing the same name, it's not going to have a proper smart animation. So I'm just going to call this title, just going to call it tab because there might be something that is title. So copy this and also paste it here, call it tab, then we'll put them back. So if we now preview, let's see if it will work. So now move, you see it's working, and that's it. So that is how that was actually created. Sometimes it can be so dicey, so you just have to be very careful with the naming of your layers. That is how I actually created this. And the next one I'm going to show you guys is how this plain pizza was actually created, because there's this small stuff that I actually added to it. So now I'm going to duplicate this one and we're going to get rid of this. Now open this, make sure to unclip this and get rid of this guy. Select this and add. Now bring this guy in. Bring this guy in and press K to scale it up. So this is our plain pizza. Remember to take this out. Then this also remember to give it tab, rename it to tab. So bring it here and place it here, then copy this and paste here. Remember what I said, scale, rotate, or rotate and scale, whichever one that suits you best. So I'm going to scale, then rotate, then move it to this place, then copy this and paste it here, then scale, rotate. So once we have this here, I'm just going to press V, and I'm going to come here, go to prototype, just remove this. Is the any? Okay, this one is safe. Then on drag, gentle, smart animate. Then this one on drag, gentle, smart animate. So once you have this, we're going to preview this one, preview it. So if we drag this, it gives us the plane, drag and drag and drag, then drag, 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 then it gives us this. So that is the rolling effect in Figma. Then the next thing I'm going to do is to duplicate this one, and I'm going to move these to customize. So this is going to be customized. There is this, I need to check if this is. So what I'm going to do is to have, when I click on this, I'm just going to fill this with white instead and 50. Then I'm going to add effect, set this to 5 and set this to 10. Select this, and I'm going to just remove it. So when we click on customize, go to prototype, when we click on customize, it's just instant. Then when we click on this, instant too. So this is what happens. I'm just going to preview it. When we click on this, you say, so that's just it, instant. But when we click on customize, this is not what will be on customize, this is what will be on customize. Duplicate this and bring it out. So this is something that I also created in Figma, then added this plus icon in between with the glassy effect. So I'm just going to show you how this was actually done. So this is an image that I brought from Google, just going to bring it out. Sorry guys. So to bring that out, I'm just going to ungroup this, detach the instance here because the component, sorry I forgot. Then that is it. So an image of pepperoni, then cropped it out, and it looks like this. So you just have to look for it on Google and you get loads of image of pepperoni you can actually use. So here is this, then the pepperoni, then added this plus 3. I'm going to show you how I actually did this. So we'll have this pepperoni, duplicate this, then add pepperoni, set this to 16, right? Set this to 16. I'm going to move this slide, then I'm going to say plus. So the idea is just to tell you that if you're adding all these things, if you want to customize your pizza, we'll charge you this amount plus $4. So this costs $4. I'm going to add auto layout. So remove this and just select these two and add auto layout. Now fill this guy with white, give a space, add auto layout, add corner radius, sorry. So once you have corner radius, you can actually reduce this if you want. You can reduce this and also reduce this. So once you have this thing, you bring it, we're just going to set it to green first before pushing it inside there. So we're just going to use this green, this primary green, then set this to white. Now before you do this, just move it in, then make it absolute, send it to this place. Now this is on on clip content, we'll have to clip it, so this actually clips. So what I'm going to do now is to come to this place and just give it a corner radius of 10, and that's it. That's how this was actually achieved. Set this to be something like 12, and you can actually reduce this to 5 and this to 6. So you have something that looks like this. I can actually set this to 8. So yeah, you have, this is thicker green and this is lighter green. So you can use any color you want. If you like, you can use yellow, you can use blue, you can use red. So whichever that is suitable for you. So this is what I did. Feather icon plus. So I got this plus out, this one out. Now this, because this is a vector, you need to frame it before you add auto layout, otherwise it's going to mess you up. So frame first and add auto layout. So the auto layout, I'm just going to give it 7 and 7. Yep. So fill. Now I'm not going to use color variables because we didn't add anyone for this. I want to add transparent stuff like this. So just going to push this thing inside and make it absolute, then bring it here. So it needs to be transparent like this. Now this is how you're going to add it as a color variable. Since you have white and you've added it, you've gotten this opacity to be 70, we can just set this to 60. Then it's just so transparent. So you're going to set this to 70. So 70 is fair enough. Just come to this plus sign and click on it, then select the pizza color. That's the variable, the collection that we want to add this color to. Then we can just say transparent white. So if you name it a create variable, if you go to your variable, local variable, you will see it. Go to pizza colors, it's on pizza colors. Remember, we'll have multiple collections. Then come here, you see color transparent white, you'll see it 70%, and that is how to add. Also alternative way to add colors to your color variables. So here we'll set it to 60, full corner radius. Then come to this, we're going to give it this glossy stuff look. So set this to background blur, set this to 20, and that's it. We've achieved it. So here, that is it. And duplicate this, duplicate, and you can actually have them as auto layouts, then close up to anything. Then you can have something like this. Select and close. So you change the images to this. This is green pea, this is onion. I'm going to ungroup this so you see it. This is corn, this is tomatoes, and this is leaf. It's supposed to be leaf. Just anything, or vegetables. So vegetables, I'm going to set this to, because this is a component, we'll have to go to main component and find this. So this is the main component that we created for it, and I'm going to set this to be in the middle. Yeah, it's already in the middle. Set it to middle, return to this place. Yeah, it's already figured out. So remember to make this a component, because when we click, there is this thing that comes out. When you click on this, it has a pressing state, and this, it also gives you this. So this is what I did before duplicating it to this, before you have this. So I'm just going to bring this one out, how I actually achieved this. Sorry guys, I skipped that part. I'm going to show you how I actually did that. So now I'm going to make this a component, create a variant, and have another one here. So this one I'm going to, because this is an auto layout, I'm just going to add one and bring it inside here, then duplicate this one and bring it to the other place. So make sure this is set to the center. So this one, we're going to remove this, so this will now be minus. So for this is going to be the present state. We're going to reduce the color. Oh, sorry, it's too deep. To set this to this. So what I'm going to do now is to select prototype, go to this place and link it to this one and say while present instant, then this one on top, smart animate. I'm going to use linear, right? So that is what I did here. So this is what the effect will be. So if I put this here, and just preview it, so look at it. You see, so it showed me the present state first and now the on top, right? So that is what I actually did there. So if you want to bring this in, clip this content and bring this inside here. Remember to replace all the images with the right thing. So once you have this, now I'm going to just show you one, because you can now use your common sense game and do the rest, because I'm just trying to wrap up the video. Now duplicate this. On this one, we want to add this. We want to add the pepperoni. So this pepperoni, this is the pepperoni. I'm going to select hold and select all the pepperoni. All of this is a very detailed work that I did here. So I'm just going to unselect that stuff. I don't know what is that. Select this one and select this one. So I'm just going to duplicate it. Once I duplicate it, I'll bring it out here. We missed that one, so I'm just going to duplicate this one and bring it here. So this is my pepperoni. So what I'm going to do now is to frame this. Frame this selection. I will just call it pepperoni. I'm just going to call it pep, just because I want to change the name. Copy it and paste it here. Now this is going to be here. So we're going to also have it here, because when we click on this customize, this comes. Now if you want to get that sliding effect, this is what you're going to do. Remove this guy from here. So once you click on this, duplicate, then this guy, what you need to do is to increase it and duplicate it. It's pretty much very simple. So set this to this one. So once I click on customize, remember it has already shown me this. Then after delay of 1 milliseconds, this should come in. So I'm going to remove this because it's linking to the old design. So now this is what I did. So now this is it. So if I click on this, it comes in. That was how I actually achieved that effect. So now this is the next thing to do, which is the last part. So I'm going to copy this and paste it here. And now, because I want this to look as if is dropping on something, I'm going to scale this to just a very big point. I'm just going to get rid of this get this guy to scale up like this. I just want it to look as if it's dropping so it's just going to be big like this. Press V, then set this to 0. Now this is what will happen. Remember, when you add, it should show minus, not add again. So it's just going to set this to minus. I'm going to set this to, sorry guys, I actually removed the component that I created. Remember the component that we created? I'm just going to create this one again now. One, just going to place it. I'm going to detach instance of this because it's coming from the old file. So if you're doing it, it's not going to be the same thing. Then duplicate this one and have it here. Then select this and remove. So this should be centered. So what we're trying to do now is to add one, and once we add that pepperoni, it will ask us whether we want to increase it or remove it. So the minus shows that you can remove it, and the plus shows that you can actually add more pepperoni to your pizza. So hence the reason why I see plus here and 1. So basically, if you're trying to design it, this is what it's going to look like. So now if we click on this plus sign, it should get us this: slow 300, smart animate slow 300. So now if you remove it, if you want to remove it, it's going to return to this. On top, going to use gentle. Is he on top? Yep. So I'm going to remove this. This is on top, just making sure this is on top. So now if we kind of come here and now say tap here, you see it comes in, and if we kind of remove it, it goes off. Then if you want to add, then if you press minus, it goes off. Add, it will come in. So that is how I actually achieved this in Figma. Feel free to give it a try and create other plus sites you want to add. You want to add anything, pepperoni, gizzard, lion, just add anything you want to add and use this format to add those things. And make sure to subscribe to my channel. If you like the kind of content that I'm pushing out, it's pretty much a lot, I know, but it's just towards helping you to become a great designer and helping you to design better. And I'm going to be pushing so many content like this. Please make sure to hit the subscribe button, and I'm going to see you in my next video. Bye for now.